Hello to all my friends out there. Hi, you guys. I was really looking forward to making this video. And so this reminded me of the salon because I would know I was getting somewhere when my clients were looking forward to seeing me and I was looking forward to seeing them. That meant ding, 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 money coming. So if you were one of those people who was looking forward to my video, I was looking forward to seeing you too. So I'm excited about that. So, okay. At night I watch videos and I was watching these videos of these younger women and they have a goth look and they say, okay, I am going to look normal now. Well, even a makeup artist couldn't help. But part of their failure was hairdressing. Their hair was a nightmare. So I thought, you know, I am so fortunate having been a hairdresser all my life. Like, I am working on myself. I ran into this gal and I used to know her and I took one look at her and I said, wow, you know, we look pretty good for our ages, but we used to be two of the cutest girls in this town. Which sounds conceited, but that's just what I thought. Here's some of my necklaces. Anyway, so I thought, wow, you know, both of us had gained a little weight. And I thought, it is not too hard to take off 10 or 15 pounds. So what I do is I just cut sugar and carbs. I was in McDonald's and they said a small hamburger is $1.50 now. So the dollar hamburger is $1.50. That is a 50% increase, but $1.50 is not too bad. So like one of my small meals could be a McDonald's hamburger. I think it's safe enough now. So I'm working on one of my projects, mini projects, is myself. And I said to myself, now, could I make myself look 10 years younger? I can't make myself look like a 25-year-old because then I'm going to be like the girls, the weird girls trying to look normal. It is not going to work. And I thought, well, I don't know because, you know, I'm 66. Can I make myself look 56? But if you try, you're going to look much better than if you don't try. And so that is one of my projects. Okay, so now my garden is starting to wind down. And I've never been into gardening. I just got into it. Not deeply into it. I went to Walmart. I bought plants and I planted them. I'm into gardening. Okay, I planted plants in my backyard from Walmart. So it stays really hot here until November, so I can, today I'm looking for plants. You know, my squash plants were taking up a lot of space and they really didn't produce that much. And I had a couple of, you know, flowers and a few small crookneck squash, so I pulled them up by the roots and we're starting anew. Okay, so I'm looking at gas, water, and cash. So, okay, today I'm going to get a little bit more water, I'm going to get a little bit more cash, and I need about a quarter tank gas, so that I'm running on full. My body needs to be running on empty, but I'm running on the car on full for now. Okay, I posted 2 good videos for you guys on my Twitter. One was a prediction that the San Diego, where I live, median house price will be $1 million soon. And I'm thinking, yeah, I can kind of see that because if you figure in all the rich people, actually, there is a lot of rich people, but the ultra rich live in LA. So, well, you can't say that. We do. Anyway, so $1 million for in San Diego. And what I think is happening is the investors are on a feeding frenzy. So what they're going to do is they're going to drive the price up, and then they're going to dump it. And the little guy is going to be looking at 50% less. It's happened. It happened to my mother-in-law. My mother-in-law here in El Cajon, the dump of dumps, my mother-in-law had a house, and at one time it was worth $850,000. No, it had inflated. And shortly thereafter, it started to tank. It went down to $650,000, and I remember my ex-husband was trying to sell. It had been at $850,000, and it was zoned for apartments. And a guy said, "Well, I will give you $650,000," and my ex-husband said no. And the guy goes, "You're going to be very sorry." So when it was all said and done, it sold for around $365,000. Because then my husband died, and that was a bad scene. Okay, so San Diego median price $1 million. So take a look at that. So investors, in my opinion, are on a feeding frenzy right now. And it will retract, and it will be ugly when it attracts. Okay, Florida manufactured homes, $12,500, and I posted that video for you to see. So if you're broke and you persist in living in a place that is very expensive, it is not going to play out well. So what I'm doing is I'm investigating places that can be lived cheaper. My son, when I was 62, my son advised me to retire because my ex-husband died. So, I'm trying to live because there's only two of us. There's three of us now because we have the baby, and we have my daughter-in-law, so there's four of us. But our numbers are small. So what I'm thinking about is Nevada. And if any of you know where Mesquite, Nevada is, that's what I'm thinking. It's very hot there. Florida, those storms are bad, but the hot weather is not without what do you call it, dangers too. Okay, now I told you yesterday, I thought, wow, I feel tension. Well, turns out I went home and watched the news. Dozens of tenants evicted in El Cajon despite statewide moratorium that does not run out until the September 30th. But they have found a loophole. I think this is what happened to me, and it's such a blessing that I don't live in El Cajon here anymore. I live in El Cajon, but I don't live in El Cajon proper. So anyway, what happened is these investors, or they maintain that they sell, which they very well could have, because this could be the peak of the housing market, and then it's going to retract, and then it's going to be ugly. So when a new owner comes in, they can maintain that they're going to do a remodel, and then they can evict people. So they evicted this. One of them was this poor old lady on disability with two grown sons. And then they evicted a bunch of people that didn't speak English. And they're going to remodel. Okay, on the remodel where I lived, let's see, it took them a week to paint a brick wall. They made me park my car on the street for a week. They painted my front door. Some of the apartments had real crappy, patios. Remember where I used to do mine was in pristine condition. My apartment was in pristine condition when I left. But basically, when you're living in these 40 and 50-year-old dwellings, it's like a slumlord. I felt like I was living in the slums. Well, I was living in the slums. I showed you. But I thought it was the prudent thing to do. So they sell, and they say they're remodeling, so get out. So dozens of tenants have been evicted in El Cajon. So where you're going to see this is in the poor areas. It does not pay to be poor, that's for sure. Okay, then students from Cajon Valley, Elkhorn Valley, right over here, Union School District, are stranded in Afghanistan. Horror of horrors. They're still over there, but the people don't seem hysterical. They probably are, but they went over 24 students, 6 families. They went over to Afghanistan to visit their grandparents. As to why they didn't fly home when the Taliban was coming, I'm not sure. It goes back to that, why didn't the Jews evacuate? Well, they didn't think it was going to be that bad. I can't really believe that the government didn't know it was going to be that bad. I was not surprised. Okay, so now Charlie Watts of the Rolling Stones died, which is very sad. And this is why, I have to be careful because we're about the same age. He was 80, I'm 66. And so there used to be this argument. Who was better, the Beatles or the Rolling Stones? I always used to say it was the Rolling Stones. I mean, who was the most it band, right? And so I was thinking about Charlie Watts, and I thought, I think I just won the argument. Ringo Starr versus Charlie Watts. Well, it's the Rolling Stones. So that was very, very sad. And also the Rolling Stones have stayed together. So that was sad. Very sad. I used to watch the videos hour after hour after hour after hour, and a lot of times I was just mesmerized by Charlie Watts. So the last time he was in San Diego, I think they were in San Diego, was 2005. So anyway, that was a sad state of affairs. Now, at night, I watch videos, and I watch hoarder videos. And I've been watching videos addicted to the look. And I've been watching videos freaky eaters. So I said, the freaky eaters kind of remind me of myself. One of the freaky eaters had a love for cheeseburgers. And I thought, oh, that sounds good. I'm going to have cheeseburgers. One had a love for cheeseburgers and bacon. I go, well, of course. So tonight I'm going to make some carrot and some apple salad with my expensive apples. That's crazy. And so here is the recipe that I generally like. And I'm going to have some bacon cheeseburgers. So carrots, apples, raisins, and I have to get a red onion. And so this is the salad dressing I like. Mayonnaise, lemon, or vinegar, sugar, salt, and pepper. That is going to give you a really good coleslaw dressing too. Now, two of the freaky eaters were Diet Coke and freaky eaters. So one, all she would eat, and I can relate to this, and I thought, oh, that's not a bad diet. She would drink Diet Coke, and she was as bad. I'm worse than her, but she would carry a 2-liter bottle at all times of Diet Coke, and she would nibble on really tasty looking bread all day. White bread, that's it. And her family was worried sick, and they were trying. I'm 66. Well, this is why I'm watching myself. My dad died at 66. I'm 66 and a half. And so you might be thinking, well, people don't suddenly die. Well, in our family, that's the only way people died. My grandmother was going to go to the store, and she said, okay, I'm going to the store. And he said, I'll be there when you get back. And he just died. his heart just stopped. My dad died of a massive stroke, got up, went to work, and that was it, boom. So, you know, you guys, I will miss you if I die, but I always tell my son, if I die, I could not help it. And he says, Mom, don't die. After my ex-husband died, you know, I have no confidence in my ability to survive. So one of the freaky eaters was Diet Coke and white bread. I love white bread. It's also a carb, a sugar. So she was really probably a sugar addict. And so these girls had severe eating problems, but some of us. So the other one, she would eat Diet Coke, but she had Twinkies. She had, you know, it reminded me of my snacks. Okay, I tell the world. She had, I think it was cookies, and you know, she was very happy, and the family was very, very nervous. And I thought, well, she could literally survive the rest of her life like this. Freaky eaters, that's my new hoarders, freaky eaters, and addicted to the looks. Addicted to the look. I was a hairdresser, and women that wanted to look nice were my best friends. I could deliver if you could deliver. Okay, so now about the home decor. I'm looking. Okay, I got the rooster. That was a big step up. I would like 3. I'm looking for wicker baskets to keep my fruit in. Plants, you know, to put a little shui into my fung, and dish towels. All right, now, no. The last thing, somebody said, I think you need help on your channel. I love that comment. Okay, I admit my channel is lame, but I refuse to edit. Because, you know, like, part of the problem with the media is people are trying to make themselves look better than they are. I'm not. Hey, this is it, you guys. So, and I do not pay for views. I do not pay for help. I like to do it all by myself. And the results have been, I have a B- rating. When I found out I had a C one time, I was very upset. But I have climbed that YouTube ladder to a B-. I don't like the minus, but it's hard to get a B. So I am barely above average. So that makes me happy. So you guys, you know, I like to do things on my own. That's how I have prevailed in my life. So I will see you later. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and God bless you all.